And good afternoon. Welcome to Today's the Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker Keith Fustel. A big Saturday of racing coast to coast. This is a huge week of horse racing all over the country. This is one of the biggest weeks of the year. I know the Triple Crown's big Breeders' Cup, but opening week at Del Mar and Saratoga combined with our live racing here. Big crowd yesterday. Our handle was up again yesterday. Looking forward to another big day today.
Lots of opportunities for the bettors. That's what you want, and you love it as a horse player. Some value abounds. Yesterday, I happened to be glancing at the signal.
Right.
Bombs away after race after race after race after race. Couldn't believe it. You know, so some of those long shots, I look back, and there was no way I could have come up with them. I did like. Was it Glittering Judy?
Judy,
the horse on the turf, a trouble trip in its late. As that horse slipped away at a big price.
Big price. And how about the future Hall of Famer Mario Pino on that Jerry Robb filly, pulling the upset over the heavy favorite there, Pete's play call. Now that barn, that horse was 2-5 and got beat. That Deodora favorite. Deodora 0-3. He wins everywhere else, but he's 0-3 here in Maryland.
And he's got one a day, right?
Exactly. He's got another heavy favorite today. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. So the local filly here, Congrats Gal, who broke her maiden here at Laurel for trainer Cal Lynch, who's stabled here at Laurel. She ran a very respectable third in the Grade 3 Schuylerville yesterday up there at Saratoga. And you have a couple Maryland breds in the Sanford up there. So always good to root on the local horses up there at the spa.
We talk. Our product is getting better and better and better. And some of these younger horses now, they're getting their start here, and they're showing they can move anywhere and go ahead and make an impact.
All right, so big weekend this weekend. Next Saturday here at Laurel Park. It's the biggest crab feast of the summertime right here at Laurel Park. Saturday, July 28th, 1 to 5 on the grandstand apron. And if it's too hot or if it's raining, don't worry. We have a nice big tent out there for you, so you're all covered up from the elements. We'll have live racing. We have the Twix Stakes next Saturday. That's going to be a doozy. We're going to have a live DJ there for this crab feast. Jailbreak Brewing Company. I have some good beers. All you can eat: crab, soda, beer, fried chicken, all the fixings. You can't beat it. You get your tickets today. They're only $66 a person. After today, only $71 a person. Still can't beat it.
Still a good value. Don't get shut out today. Save yourself $5. Throw that extra $5 that you save on a little bit of a late daily double, a little win bet, and maybe run that up. But you got to take advantage of this opportunity. 66. That's huge for all that food. The drink. I defy you're not going to get it anywhere else.
You can find more details about the Big Crab Feast on the laurelpark.com website. Also next Saturday, July 28th, it's the PDJF Day Across America. We're helping raising money for permanently disabled jockeys. Make a $5 donation bet on your favorite jockey in the Roadie Pony race. Winners, you get a bunch of good prizes there, an Apple Watch and a $100 Laurel Dining gift cards will be given out. You donate $15 for a nice hat or a T-shirt. So good cause helping out our permanently disabled jockeys next Saturday right here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, we say day in and day out the dangers that these guys face. A lot of unpredictability with the animals in this sport, and you've got to reach in, dig a little deeper, and help support this great cause. The Roadie Pony race. Acosta favorite again?
Probably. JD. He's one of the best athletes in the jocks room, JD Acosta. All right. Acosta was on that Cal Lynch filly up there yesterday at Saratoga. All right, let's get right to it here today. Let's show you a picture of both tracks. This is going to be a story this afternoon because we have three carryovers. We have a nice carryover in a pick 6, almost 9,000. That starts in race 6. Nice carryover in a pick 5. So we got to take a look here at the track conditions. Main track good, and turf starting out is firm.
And that's a little different angle there. We may hedge to muddy right now, sealed in muddy. You saw some of the standing water on that racetrack. I'll start with firm on this turf course. It's been so dry here. Finally getting a little bit of rain. It could change throughout the day. We're going to go ahead and start with firm right now. We'll keep you abreast of the situation.
All right. We have some nice carryovers today. Starting in race 6, our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 carryover, $8,794 today in that pick 6. That starts in race 6. Some challenging races in the sequence. This will be well played today, I think. Also, nice carryover in the late pick 5, starting in race 7 with that industry low 12% takeout. There's the carryover, a little over $5,500 for the late pick 5 starting in race 7.
Did I see that yesterday correctly? 2 out of 5?
Yes. Paid 2 out of 5 yesterday, the late pick 5. All right, let's get right to it here. Big 11 race card. First race post time 110. Race 1. We start the rolling super high five. Little carryover here in the opener. $754 for that super high five. That bet has a low 15% takeout. So keep your eye on that throughout the day. Also, race 1, we kick off our early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Also, it's always a mandatory payout here on this early pick 5 starting in race 1. All right, race 1, we're going 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller Turf Course rail at 70 feet, a 16,000 starter allowance contest, 3 and up. Never won 4 is the condition. I go to the far outside here. The 11 Censure, I think, is going to get a nice trip. 4-year-old Son of Blame. 4 trainer Rodney Jenkins came back off a long layoff. His 4-year-old debut early June here at Laurel Park against Starter Allowance, 3 Life Company, going a mile, a good win that day. They bet him down to 7-2, so they were expecting a big effort from Censure that day, and they got a big effort. He beat Beltway Bob, who came back to win. Now he cuts back in distance today, goes to the starter 4 Life. I think he'll get a nice trip here on the outside with Victor Carrasco.
Yeah, he's fine, and they gave him the ample time to recover off of that big effort.
Right.
Off of a layoff like that, stretching out to the mile, found himself well back early and sustained in a hard-fought drive to beat Beltway Bob, a next-out winner. Yeah, Censure can sprint, a little fresher now off of that little break. That's what that horse needed off of that big try. I go to the 5 here, Stan. Blaine Will, and off of an angle I usually don't do. Horse ran well on the dirt. Now going back to the turf. Surface, he's only tried once. He's 0 for 1. But I think that the connections like what they got in this claim down at Churchill. And I looked on the way back. The only turf try was against much better. I think it would have been even a little stake as a 2-year-old. Horse had the 10-hole, going long, was without blinkers. And some of the horses out of that race have really come back to flourish on the turf. Blainwell in sharp form on the dirt, off the claim, in a barn that's tough, dirt to turf. I like Blaine Wolf, a little stalking trip for him. And the 1-7 Gems, another user. Jumping a condition, though, Stan, but that was a visually impressive performance last time out. Has a lot of speed and may be the speed of the speed in this race.
I didn't use the 5, but this barn, Mark Reed, having a good summer meet. They're 27%. You get a good rider there with J.D. Acosta. You'll get a nice price there on the 5, Blame Will. We both like the 1-7 gauge, 7 Gems from the inside. That was a big effort last out against 16,000, 2 Life. You're right, he does jump a condition. I don't like that, but you get a top rider, Vargas, on the inside. This horse is going to be forwardly placed. Might try to go right to the front.
Yeah, his form was tailing off tremendously on the dirt. They moved to the turf. We liked this horse a little bit last time. Talked about him on the show July the 8th. Had his only sib to try the turf was like 5 for 13. Wake-up call here for the 1-7 Gems when he transferred to the grass. So, yeah, he'll be a factor a long way in here. Just jumping the conditions is always a little bit of a concern, but he is certainly sharp right now.
Trainer Ferris Allen has his horse well spotted here, the 10 Love You Much, a 4-year-old son of Not for Love, 3-time winner here on the Laurel grass. Daniel Centeno gets back aboard today. Centeno was aboard for the win 2 starts ago against starter 3 Life. A nice win that day. They stepped up to allowance company last out, a little too tough. Now back down to a starter allowance condition with Centeno. The 10, Love You Much, should be awfully tough here in race 1.
That was one of the tougher open A other than Stan we've had on the grass here. So Love You Much. It looks like a slight regression in the buyers. I think this horse is holding okay form. Back with Centeno, I think he'll make a run.
All right, nice big field there, going 5.5 on the Exceller in race 1. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. Maiden claiming 25,000 for 2-year-olds, going 5/8 on the main track. I go to the outside here. The 8, Shelley Island, for trainer John Salzman Jr. Got steadied at the start in the debut last May, then had a couple months off, came back, dropped to the maiden 25 with the Bug Rider. A good second that day. Now we go to one of the top journeyman riders here, Victor Carrasco. I think a nice rider change here with the 8, Shelley Island. And since that last race, a good second here at this level, a sharp 3-furlong bullet workout July 12th here at Laurel. So I think the 8, Shelley Island, sitting on a big effort here.
Yeah, some experience for this one. Excuse in debut and really kind of kept on grinding to get up for the place against Town Drunk. I go to the inside with the 2-horse craze for Anthony Pecoraro. Blinkers on angle. It's only 55%. Not a real strong sample. We're going to go blinkers on, Lasix on. Comes out of a key race on May 28th. Town Drunk, we finished 4th, came back, as you see, and went ahead and beat Shelley Island. I think this little subtle drop is going to get the job done. Craze race was taken wide after a little bit of a slow start, stayed wide every step of the way. You'll see some improved speed with the blinkers on. Craze, you have any Craze girlfriends? We've had quite a few, haven't we, in our past?
Long story. All right, well, yeah, you got to like this colt. First-time Lasix as well. You get Gomez, so we both like the 2. Craze, the 5. Odds are against us. A first-time starter for Jerry Robb, a homebred for Clover Hill Farm. It was Clover Hill and Jerry Robb who hooked up for that big winner yesterday. This colt's by despite the odds. The Damn Broken Treaty by Chief Seattle. She was a runner. She won 9 times, made almost $200,000. She's been a solid producer. All the siblings for this colt have won, including a half sibling, made $84,000. So I like the family here for the 5. Odds are against us for Jerry Robb.
Yeah, despite the odds by Spitestown, boy, they love a little moisture in a racetrack, don't they? So the odds are against us. Yeah, you talked about the mare. She was a winner at 2. And despite the odds, he's come out pretty well here with these runners. 3 for 7, 3 for 17, and 7 for 17 in the money with the 2-year-old firster sprinting on the dirt. I think this horse will be live first time out.
All right, maiden 2-year-olds there in the second. Let's turn the page. Race 3, one of the features of the day here. Nice feature early on in the card. This will anchor our early pick 5. I think the early pick 5 is going to be extremely well played today. Let's take a look here at the feature. It's a money allowance race. What is it? It's a 3 other than or money allowance race. You don't see these races go too often. Nice job by the racing office to get it to go. It's like a $50,000 stake for some well-accomplished filly and mare turf sprinters. 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf course rail at 17 feet. Trainer Dale Capuano, he's won over 3,300 races. He has the favorite here, the 6, Rocky Policy. A sharp second against Stakes Company back on June 2nd, coming off the layoff up there at Penn National. Kind of ran a clunker last out up there at Parks. Maybe bounced, maybe didn't like the Parks turf course. Gets back to the Laurel turf course. She's 0 for 5 here at Laurel, but trainer Dale Capuano happy that he gets to run his big mare right here at his home track. We caught up with Dale Capuano the other morning talking about his 6-year-old mare, Rocky Policy.
She's doing well. She always trains well, and we're glad to have a race for her to run in here. Well, she likes to stalk, so it looks like there's enough speed she can do that. So hopefully she breaks well and gets a good trip and see what happens. Much better to be running at home, yes.
All right, so there's trainer Dale Capuano. He didn't say too much, but I've known him since I was a teenager. That's his style, and I think when he does talk, he's comfortable and confident about his horse. So he's happy to be running the 6 Rocky Policy right here at Laurel.
Yeah, it finally gets back to a race at Laurel. It's been a while, and she has a good stalking kind of style. She's got speed to target. Keep your distance pretty quick. The 4 uphill battle, I think, will be sent along today. Had a little bit of trouble going into the turn when I think there was another Hugh McMahon horse in that race, another speed type in that race, and the Tyson Gilpin kind of took back. And Munificent, they're all going to be forward. Rocky Policy last time on the Laurel turf course, a 91 buyer. Nobody can touch that in this field. So I think she's got a stalk and pounce kind of trip in store. She's going to have to look out for the 2 horse, though, in a rearview mirror. Dare to Be, Rocky Policy's kind of had her number, but she's come back. That last start, first start of the year, June 15th, over this turf course, awfully good. We've got a video spotlight of Dare to Be's run on June 15th. She encountered some trouble after a slow start. We can pick it up here. There you go. Number 1 that day in the back of the pack, broke a little slow, kind of moving up behind horses, and it's just caught behind a wall of horses pretty much from the head of the stretch till deep stretch. Sheldon just couldn't really find a seam. He'd zig, the others would zag, and this was trouble from the get-go here for Dare to Be. But, boy, angles out a little bit late. And this horse finished up very well. You see this little run in between horses close strongly through the final 16th of a mile. Goldwood, just a little bit better than Sylphi, but Dare to Be shifting down late. Good energy, Dare to Be, needs that speed set up, and I think she's going to get it today, second off the layoff. And
she gets reunited with jockey Victor Carrasco today. Carrasco's won on this mare twice, and Carrasco and Jenkins are awfully strong together. So we both like the 2, Dare to Be. She'll be coming from the back. I'm going to go with the 5, Munificent here, just thinking she's going to get an absolute dream trip and just get the jump on these closing sprinters, Rocky Policy and Dare to Be. She doesn't have to go to the front. The 3, Keep Your Distance, is going to show some speed from the inside. So maybe Karamanos can just sit second on the outside and have a nice stalking trip. on the 5 Magnificent. That's what he did last out to win against 2 other than Allowance Company. Beat Discreet Deceit, and who came back to win on the dirt. And My Sister's Sledge also came out of that race to win. So I think Magnificent's coming out of a strong race. She's won 2 in a row. Mary Epler having a strong meet. I'm thinking the 5 Magnificent's going to get a real nice trip here in race 3.
Yeah, she was life and death last time out. She was gritty, don't get me wrong, but got a perfect bob at the wire. And Keep Your Distance is awfully quick and is back in Kieran's barn, and she's going to be a tough cookie to kind of wear down too as well. I think they get tangled up. She's going to have to move up one more little step to kind of sustain, I think, against this group to win it, but she could certainly hit the board in here.
Mary Epler and Kieran McGee in an early speed battle.
There you go. Duking it out on the front end, right?
Two old-time friends over there at Pimlico.
You got it.
All right, so nice feature there in race 3. Let's turn the page here. Race 4 is going to kick off the middle pick 4. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Exceller Turf Course rail at 70 feet, 25,000 starter allowance contest, 3 and up. Never won 2 is the condition. We're both on the 8 here on the outside. The 8 Cop tries harder for the powerful barn of Jane Sabelli. The blinkers go on. First time gelding. Second off a brief freshening. Daniel Centeno will ride a good third. 2 starts to go down there at Gulfstream. Maybe that allowance race last out at Monmouth just a little too tough, but gets a class relief against this group today.
Yeah, I'm looking for a little bit of a price. This horse has not been bet. The last 4 or 5 starts was 91 to 1 in a stake. First time tag. Reported first time gelding. The blinkers go on. There's not a whole lot of speed in this race. I'm going to be interested to see. God loves the center's trip. If Coop tries harder, is left alone on the front end, or things are a little bit slower, I think this horse can go right to the front, or even sit just off of it and kind of maybe steal a little victory here at a good price for Jane Sabelli.
All right, so we both like the 8 with Daniel Centeno at a good price there in race 4. The 1 Super Artist is scratched. The 1A does run. That's a Geo Dude for Kelly Breen shipping down here from Monmouth. Georgie Vargas going to ride this Gio Ponte 3-year-old and been 4th the last couple starts down there at Gulfstream and most recently up at Belmont.
Yeah, running against multiple winners, now finds a 2 in life. Needs a little bit more flow up in front. The drop could enhance the run, but keying up horses, Hills Pond, who beat this horse last time out at Belmont back in May, was well behind Coop Tries Harder in a race down there in Florida. So I think keying up horses, I maybe give a little edge to the 8, especially at a little bit better price.
We both like the 5 here in Chesky. The barn a little cold here, but Matt's going to get picking up here eventually. A 4-year-old, been right there the last couple starts up there at Monmouth. Takes a little bit of a drop into this race. He's run a couple. He's paired up a couple 70 buyers his last couple races.
Yeah, dead game when stuck down inside of horses late. A couple price horses though did beat him. I think both of them were double-digit odds. So, but it's turned out to be pretty strong races. You go back to the 2-back try. I think maybe 2 or 3 horses come out of there to win. So he's keying up against the right kind. It sits a perfect trip in here. Very tactical in a field, like it said, not really loaded with any kind of speed.
All right, turn the page here. Race 5, a nice beat nickel going 3/4 on the main track here. Claiming 5,000 3-year-olds or older. Never won 3, so dual condition. I'm going to go with Claudio Gonzalez on the outside. The 7 Bungalow with Carlos Carrasco on Bungalow. Has been on the turf the last couple starts. Now gets back to the main track. Claudio going turf to dirt. He's 44%. And a positive ROI, so I like the surface change here for the 7 Bungalow.
Yeah, he got the job done. Was a dangerous stand maybe last week. It was a turf to dirt, maybe a little bit of a dropper. Yeah, Bungalow fits well. Double Knot Spy did have a lot of trouble. We got a video of that race, right, guys? I think of June the 3rd. Do we have a video?
Not this race.
Not that one. Okay, all right. Double Knot Spy had some speed, had to ease back inside of horses. Made another run with a little bit of after a little bit more traffic on the turn. Double Knot Spy. Both of these horses. The horses have kind of made their way down the ladder. Double Knot Spy, precipitous drop, 3 races back. But looking at this field, he's got to be a factor a long way for Silliman. I totally expected maybe to pick up the pieces if their duel develops on the front. And totally unexpected. Best race was on and off track. And I think that last race against one proud Wildcat, here comes Michael, I think it's a little stronger field than what some of these other horses have faced of recent note.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point there about the off-track form. It's still raining pretty steadily here, so factor that into your handicapping for the main track, horses that might like the off-going. Still on the turf now. The turf needed some rain, so I think we're going to be okay on the turf today. Still rated as firm. We'll let you know if we have any changes. Let's get a quick commercial break.
Okay.
A couple nice carryovers to talk about when we come back in the Rainbow Pick 6 and the late Pick 5. We'll take a look right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. We'll start race 6 on our 11-race program. We have a nice carryover. There it is, $8,794. This will be well played. We might get up in between 15, 20,000 when it's all said and done today in the Rainbow Pick 6. It starts here in race 6. A big field, maiden special weight, 3-year-old and up, going a mile and a 16th on the bowl game turf course rail at 17 feet. We have a video spotlight to show you here. My top pick. You like this filly, this colt as well, this gelding, the 8 Admiration, a 4-year-old gelding by Unbridled Song. Homebred here for Peter Blum and trainer Brittany Trimble. Here's the last race, June 10th on the Laurel Turf.
Yeah, a little late to the races, but this horse has been steadily improving, especially the blinkers have gone on. Just wasn't good enough to hold off Lemonade Thursday. It was dictating on the front, and I still thought was pretty gritty to the wire. Looks like possibly the controlling speed again, but faces another horse that's coming out of some tougher races in playing hooky for Alan Goldberg.
Yeah, Brittany Trimble's doing well. She's 29% on the year. You get Pimentel with that nice win yesterday on Glittering Judy. So we both like the 8 Admiration here. You have the 6 on top, playing hooky for Alan Goldberg. Javion Toledo, he had a 2 or 3 win day yesterday, so Toledo having a big weekend. He's on the favorite here with the 6.
Yeah, out of some strong races down at Gulfstream, and then last time out at Belmont. Had the 10-hole in a field of 12. Had to get used hard into some early position against some pretty good internal fractions. I'll toss that race. You go back to those Gulfstream Park races, any one of them will probably go ahead and do it. I think this horse will just kind of take the aim of Admiration. Could be a lineup race around the racetrack.
We both like the 3 as well. Good Luck Jonathan. It's a 5-year-old maiden, 0 for 12, but now he gets first-time Lasix today for trainer Alcina Rawls. Kevin Gomez will ride. The last couple tries on the turf, okay, a good third with a 78 buyer last April here at Laurel. Now as a 5-year-old, he gets first-time Lasix.
That May 5th race produced her winter captain hardship. I think went up to New York to win. The Lasix finally goes on for Good Luck Jonathan. I don't think he necessarily needs the lead. 0 for 12. Can he get it done in his 13th try? He's going to have to improve a little bit more too. This playing hooky, Admiration going the right way. You've got a couple horses here for motion. He's got a first-time starter who's half to Daddy's Cozy, right? A horse that's running well. I think running later in the 8th race. It's awfully good. You're looking at the works. The mare was 2 for 7 going long, made close to 90,000. And Saintly Samurai was bet down a little bit, 9-2 in debut on the dirt. When I went back, this horse has a full sister that was 2 for 7 going long on the turf. Maybe the higher price motion makes an impact today from the outside with Fiorgo Lynch.
Yeah, you get Lynch there on the 9. So a nice maiden special weight to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. We have a nice carryover in the late Pick 5 today. That starts in race 7. The carryover, $5,572 here for this late Pick 5. There it is, industry low, 12% takeout. This will be well played today. Our late Pick 5 starting in race 7. I have a ticket, a very affordable $32 play. It's a nice allowance race going a mile on the main track here in race 7 to kick it off. I'm going to go 4 deep using the 1, 3, 4, 6. The 6, you're going to have a heavy favorite here in race 7. The 3, Victory Rally, does not like to win, and it's going to be even money again here today. And I'm picking against the 3, Victory. Can win. You have to use her protectively, but I like the 6, Schools Night Out for my man Hammy Smith. The 4, hashtag Selfie, I think's live here for Claudio, and I'll throw a 10-1 long shot in there. The 1, Bring Me Answers for Callie Francois and Teddy Mayer. So 1, 3, 4, 6 here to kick off my late pick 5. A nice allowance race going long on the Exceller Turf Course in race 7. How about the Hall of Famer King T. Leatherberries? 1 win shy of 6,500 lifetime wins. I pick him on top here in race 8. I think he's got a real nice shot with the 8, Chateau de Vizille, with Rosario Montanez aboard. I like the King here in race 8. You have to like the Diodoro favorite as well. The 5, Campagno, is going to be the favorite probably there in race 8. So I go 5-8 in the 8th. Nice 2 other than allowance feature, 5.5 on the bowl game here in race 9. I like the 1, Clever Triad, right to the front from the inside. The 2, Fury of the Norseman, is going to be coming late. So I go 1-2 there in race 9. Race 10's a maiden 16. Go as deep as you can there in that race. I go 4 deep in race 10 with the 1, 2, 5, 6. The 1. The 1's the favorite, but a bad favorite here. Got to break from the 1 hole, going 7 furlongs. A suspect favorite here in race 10. So I go 4 deep, trying to beat the favorite there in race 10. Then my best bet of the day comes in race 11. We have a video spotlight on this horse, the 3, the Tortoise, for trainer Kelly Rubley, Jevion Toledo. That's my best bet of the day there in race 11 to wrap things up.
Yeah, if I can maybe talk you into Sandy Lane in the 10th. To throw the horse in Sandy Lane. It was initially Robert Powell, I believe, was named as rider. It was 1 for 30. Now you got Prado, right?
Sure.
A little switcheroo there for Sandy Lane, maybe a user. Yeah, I think all the money's going to come in on the 1, all the wrong reasons. In the 5, Sonic Boomy Jet, one of those 2 is favorite. And I agree with you, Stan. I think I kind of whiffed a little bit. Campagno should be the favorite in race number 8. So let's take a look at the 7th, though.
All right, 7th kicks off the late pick 5 here. We're going a flat mile here on the main track in race 7. It's a first level allowance condition for Maryland bred, Maryland sired filly and mares 3 and up. The 3, Victory Rally, is going to be a heavy favorite here. She was beaten at 2 to 5 at Pimlico. She ran okay against at this level last out behind Magical. Keep your distance, Magical. That filly may be going to the Twix Stakes next Saturday for Trimble.
Brittany,
So, Victory Rally, she's been keeping good company. They put the blinkers on today. Matt's 17% from a small sample when he puts the blinkers on. He had a beaten favorite last Sunday, Brucarita. Knocked me out of the pick 5 last Sunday. He's 0 for 8 this meet. He'll start winning eventually here. Maybe the 3, Victory Rally today. But we both you toss her all together. I don't blame you.
Oh well.
Right?
I might have thrown the wrong numbers down, guys. I went 5-3.
Okay.
That's my bad, 6 and 1, but that's all right. We'll talk about Victoriella again too, real quick. The blinkers do go on, and she comes out of a 2 other than now dropping back into a state bred A other than she's supposed to get it done right here, but a little bit of hang in the last. Mary Epler upset Victory Rally with who was it? Steamy Hot. Couple races back, so maybe she can pull it off again. Pearl Gem, really like that debut try. I know we're going on the Wayback Machine in October of 17, but a little bit of a rally in this sloppy surface, stretching back out. This family, they could do anything. This mare was ultra productive. You're going to get a little bit of a price with the 5, Pearl Gem. I don't think you can use it, leave the 3 out of your multi-race gimmicks. And Ghouls Night Out, #selfie. They could be setting an honest pace. Those 2, I think they're going to tangle up around the turn, because they both want to be close. I don't think #selfie can come from too far back.
Yeah, I didn't use Mary last Sunday with Enough is Enough. When I was 4 deep in that race, she knocked me out, and I don't have her here in race 7. But I think you're on to something there. The 5, Pearl Gem, a likely user there in race 7 for the late pick 5. All right, you like the late pick 4 today. Nice first level allowance race, open allowance, 3 and up. Mile and a 16th on the Exceller. Rail at 70 feet here for race 8. Let's take a look at your pick 4 ticket.
A little very inexpensive ticket. So we're going to go 5 and 8 to get you started. I do agree with you. Chateau de Vizille, I think, could slip away at an okay price. He looks to be in about as good as form as he has been. And I read I think there was a press release about it. King was glad a race came off up at Parks.
He wants to win
it here. A little signal, maybe a little good fortune there for King. 9th race, we go 1, 2, and 8. 10th race with the 1, 3, and 5. Sandy Lane, my little upset special there in the 10th, and in the 11th, we're going to go ahead and single as you do. Hopefully this race stays on. The Tortoise looks awfully good coming back from that synthetic track. All
right, let's take a look here at the first leg of this late pick 4. Race 8, a nice allowance race. I go to the outside here. The 8, my top pick here for King Leatherberry. I think he gets 6,500 wins today. Rosario Montanez will ride his 6-year-old. He's 6 for 6 in the money here at Laurel. 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. A nice win last out with a 78 buyer. King has him going in the right direction. Montanez, we know he's an up-and-coming rider here in Maryland. He's live here with the 8, Chateau de Brazil at 8-1.
Yeah, you know he's got sustainability in his run. A good trip last time, was able to kind of slip up inside of a rival, angle out, and keep on churning to the wire.
Tempt me twice he was in there.
Yeah, and he's come back, and he's now in his kind of really good form for Ann Merriman. I think you got to use the 8 Chateau de Brazil. I know Tennessee Wildcats beaten them before. I think he can turn the tables on that rival today. But Compagno, he just had a brutal trip last time. You talked about it, though. This trainer's come down with some shorter price horses, and they've got beat. That's why I'm going to go ahead and say with the 8. But I watched that last race. A little trouble early, was kind of stalled behind a wall of horses, leaving the 3/8 pole to upper stretch. No room past the 16th pole against a better field. This is a little softer spot. Compagno can go ahead and stalk and move on. He's going to have to hold off the 8 late.
All right, yeah, the 5 Compagno I used with Toledo. Toledo with a big day yesterday. The barn looking for their first win here in Maryland. We both like the 7 as well on the outside. Daddy's Cozy from Matt's been right there. This horse, besides the debut on the dirt, he hasn't run a bad race. He hasn't been worse than 4th on the turf. This will be his 3rd race back today. Fergal Lynch will ride. This horse is going to be part of your early pace likely here, the 7 Daddy's Cozy.
He's still a little tricky to figure, though. I mean, he ended up on the lead last time. He faced some killers down at Gulfstream. There's some bang-up races down there. Led for a long way last time. Did take some pressure. I think he's going to go another long way on the front end. Strike had some speed, but not. I don't think he's got the speed of Daddy's Cozy. Daddy's Cozy is forward a long way. Belfour moved maybe a little too soon into that slower pace last time. Hampered the run. I was waiting for this horse to get to the turf. He really didn't disappoint me too bad. Maybe sit back a little further back, and that'll help that late run for the 2 Belfour.
All right, so nice allowance race there to kick off the late pick 4. Let's take a look at race 9, one of our features of the day, a 2 other than allowance condition. 5.5 furlongs here on the bowl game turf course with the rail at 17 feet. We both like the 2, Fury of the Norseman. It's going to be coming late. We have a video spotlight to show you of his last race, July 13th here at Laurel against 3 other than allowance company. Had a problem at the start there.
Yeah, and in a race in which the speed was able to go ahead and dictate, you saw that. He kind of bore out at the break, had to check very sharply at the break. There we go. We're going to see it one more time from the inside. A little right-hand turn. Right off of heels, and really spotted field, 3, 4, 5 lengths there in the first 16th of a mile. So that's hard to make up, and Uncle Yow's was able to kind of control every step of the way. That's good enough, guys. And Fury of the Norseman go ahead and rallied a little bit late. I thought showed a lot of willingness, but once again gets a similar trip. There is speed in here, but I don't think Clever Triad wants to go ahead and duel with Jarvis Steele as the outside. So I think the 8 goes ahead and clears. The 1 takes a little stalking position and is able to kind of go by and then hold off the closer late.
That's what I'm hoping happens, because Jarvis Steele, he's his
fast.
game. He's going right to the front. He's very fast, and he's been in front before at like the 16th pole and looks like a stone-cold winner, and then he just puts on the brakes. So I'm hoping that Kevin Gomez can do the same thing like you're talking about. Just take back, let Jarvis Steele go, maybe get to the outside and be right there, turnover home. So we both like the 1 Clever Triad. We both like a 1-2-8 exacta here, 1-2-8 trifecta here in race 9. 1-2-8 all day. I like it there in race 9. All right, race 10, a maiden 16. 3 and up, 7 furlongs here on the main track. The 1, all the wrong reasons. The Deserved fits a soft group here. And Mark Reed claimed this horse for $20,000 at Churchill. A decent 3rd down there as the favored. Now he waits the 30 days, jams him in here for 16. J.D. Acosta will ride. This is the right move here. He doesn't catch the best inside post going 7 furlongs. He'll likely be covered up in traffic early on here. Acosta going to have to try to weave through traffic on the favored.
And that's maybe going to be the right thing. You see horses like this in the running lines, they make little moves and then flatten, little move, flatten. Now we're going to claim and drop. It looks like he needs everything to kind of fall in his lap. You almost have to fool him into winning. So maybe keep this horse trapped in as long as possible. Once he gets to seam, he might give you that 16th of a mile run to get it done. Sonic Boomy Jet, I think, is going to go ahead and be sent again like he was 2 races back in a mile. That was just wicked fractions last time. He wasn't going to get to the front against that field. But I like Sandy Lane here. Sandy Lane, we haven't seen since May. Maiden special weight to maiden claiming here for Corrales. We're going to sneaky little pickup on the rider change to Edgar Prado I think Sandy Lane is going to be able to kind of be a little bit more forward than he was in his first 2 races and get position and try to, just score at a little bit better price than the 1 or the 5.
Yeah, I ignored the horse, but that's a huge drop from maiden special weight to maiden 16. That's a double, triple drop for this awesome, again, homebred for Adena Springs. So he's supposed to wake up and run better today at this level. I didn't use him, but you'll get a decent price there with Prado aboard. We both like the 1-5. We both like the 6 here as well. Lovely games for Katie Voss, Jevion Toledo. A good second at this level 2 starts ago in the slop going a mile.
Yeah, and Shoot the Gap, you go on the way back. He has won again, if I'm not mistaken, so he's a multiple winner. That helps his chances. He still might be a little bit better on the turf, but against this group, he's got a little bit of a finish, which helps.
All right, let's turn the page here. One more race, race 11, a nice 25,000 starter allowance contest here for 3-year-olds and upward. Never won 3, a mile and a 16th on the bowl game turf course rail at 17 feet. We both like the 3, the Tortoise here for trainer Kelly Rubley. Let's show you the race from late May at Pimlico at this level on a good turf course coming off a long layoff. He was the favored. He gets to the front turner for home. Still a good second coming off the long layoff.
Yeah, Lost Story. I think that might have been a Matt's runner, but the Tortoise has been able to kind of change his running style. He was a speed horse. Now he's been able to go ahead and rate. Makes a good run at it, just denied late at the wire at Pimlico. I think the Tortoise against this field, this is the right kind of field. He's going to hit transitioning from the synthetic back to the turf. This horse is going to get good position to the inside. He can lay in there and get covered up and really make a good strong run from the quarter pole home.
I agree. Rubley and Toledo having a good summer, so we both like the 3, the Tortoise. I have the 5. We both like the 5 here. Maru's Raven for Jonathan Maldonado. This horse in very good form recently. A good second last out behind Chateau de Brazil.
Right.
So we'll have a good gauge on Maru's Raven watching the show Chateau de Brazil race in race 8.
And like I say, and I still think these horses maybe are a little bit behind. The Tortoise was well clear of Chateau de Brazil at Pimlico. Chateau Brazil, he's gotten a little bit better though. So, but Maru's Raven, another race lacking a little bit of quality speed. Like the improvement, he's found a home now, going longer on the grass.
And we both like the 7 Gorse as well. Victor Carrasco rises 4-year-old for Ricky Silliman. 4th last out behind Chateau and Maru's Raven and Tempt Me Twice. So coming out of a strong race, and you'll get a decent little price here on the 7 Gorse.
Yeah, they went quick last time out. He fell a little bit further behind than I thought he would. He encountered a little bit of late traffic. I think he can lay a little bit closer this afternoon before making that run.
All right, all right, that's it. We're out of time. We had a message from the gentleman came up here earlier.
Yeah. One of our
name.
maintenance workers worked a long time. He said over 30 years here for the Maryland Jockey Club. Leroy Samuels passed away this week, so condolences to friends and family of Leroy Samuels.
Absolutely. All right, good luck today. The rain's still coming down. We'll keep you updated on any track condition changes. Dave Robbins coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.